Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Holoim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the true rulers and leaders of Israel today. And shalom to the true and sincere Akim out there preaching and teaching his truth, living according to the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to the best of your ability. There's the brother Tazayar. Here with a sit down lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Alright. Praying that it gives you edification through the spirit. And without further ado, this is James 1. And I'm going to start at 2. It says, My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. And so, me bringing this verse out here is because, in this walk that we walk in, man, you have to take your time in this growth, man. You have to allow patience to have her perfect works with you. And when you go into patience, it goes into long suffering. All right. And basically what that is say for instance, you got a sword. All right. That patience is building calluses over that sword, making you tougher, building you up, grooming you, man. All right. And the only way you can get that is by being humble and looking towards those who taught you in this thing, not trying to lift yourself up, not trying to be something more than you are, but to take your time in your growth process, man, so that it can be done and you could be wanting nothing. So you could be made perfect and entire, wanting nothing. That's the scripture just said, right? It says verse 5, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the power that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, not wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. So that long suffering and that patience, what it does is it builds up your faith, man, because you go through obstacles. You understand? And the scriptures even tell you that the flesh profited nothing. All right. Matter of fact, let me grab that. That's 6 and 63. It says, It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So it is up to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who give it liberally on what it is that you're gonna have according to the spirit. Now, some men may grow faster than others, and some men may grow slower than others, but it's according to the Lord's portion, man. It's according to whatever He gave you in your growing process. So you got to take your time, man, to learn how to wield your sword, so you can know what is your strengths and you know what your weaknesses are, man, because you're self-examining yourself, right? This is 1 Peter chapter 2. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile, and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings, things of the world, man. Because when you're coming into this thing, now you have to be retaught. All right. So we're laying aside all the things that the world had going on with it, and we're entering into the realm of the spirit. All right. Verse 2, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word that ye may grow thereby. And that's now you're up, that's now you being built up now, through the spirit, man. See, we all start off in this thing, whether you're 35, 100 years old, whatever age you may be, man. When you start off in this truth, you start off as a newborn babe. All right, one that still need what that mother milk, that breast milk, to help to nourish you. All right, you know, and the Lord, He used what, His servants to teach His other servants, man. That's why the scriptures tells you to be obedient to your masters. Servants, be obedient to your masters, because these are the men that's helping build you up so they can give a good rapport to the Lord and to others on your growing process, right? It says let me read that again, 1 Peter 2:2. It says, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word that ye may grow thereby. So, a man that uses the milk, he is still unskilled. You understand? Because the meat is, matter of fact, the meat is to those of age. That's the scripture says, right? This is Hebrews 5. I'm gonna start at 12, and it says, for when for the time ye ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the power, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. So when we all woke up to this thing, I'm pretty sure majority of us woke up to this thing from the sincere milk, man. And as you growing in this thing, it'll be best if you stay in the sincere milk, because the milk is what's gonna make sure that you're nourished, man. The milk is gonna grow you up, and then eventually dealing with the milk, it start to churn. It could turn into cheese. Milk can turn into cheese, a solid substance, But according to the spirit, it's going to turn into that meat, them hard sayings, them things that the Lord is giving to you personally. And why? Because now you're becoming of age to be able to understand certain things, man. And that's why you ought not to teach what you don't know. And that's why you shouldn't try to be on a level that you're not. Because it's the Lord that's going to give you the increase at the end of the day, man. As we just read, the flesh profited nothing. Okay? It is the spirit that quickeneth, man. And when the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, decides when He's ready to unlock or give you something else according to the spirit, man, that's what He's going to do. But whatever it is that He's giving you right now, that's what you work in, man. That's how you sharpen your sword. That's how you become a master of your craft. Okay? It says, verse 13, for everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat belongeth to them that are full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. And that goes to a man, that's been in this thing for some time, man, who's had the Lord working with him, walking with him through many different experiences and paths, getting him honed, doing different things in life. So basically, when he gets someone that comes up under him, now he can give them the proper guidance on how to be. But when you're a babe, you're still growing yourself. So, you can only speak from a small amount of experience, man. You can't speak too much on something that you haven't really went through, or something that you don't really understand. See, the walk is not just reading this book, and because you have a basic understanding of the word, that you can actually just maneuver in the spirit like that. No, the spirit has to be exercised, man. You have to walk in this thing for you to fully understand what it is a person may be going through, or that a person may be talking about when things are presented. All right, that's a king. Okay, and that's what the Lord is raising us to be. A royal priesthood, kings, rulers, gods. Okay, it says, verse 14 again, Hebrews 5:14. But strong meat belonging to them that are of full age. So if you're not a full age, and when you think about full age, uh, that's the age of accountability, man. When you turn 12 years old, you're at the age of accountability. Now you're able to do what, as the scripture says, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. Now, at the age of 12, you are able to discern between good and evil. See? You don't get that full comprehension of good and evil until you've reached that full age, man. As the scripture says. Now, some men, the Lord has given them the spirit, spiritual discernment of a full age. All right, but just hearkening on newer brothers coming into this thing, and certain brothers being on different levels. It's just, this is where you should start, man. Start, in humility, right? This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, known otherwise, chapter 34, verse 9. And it reads, a man that hath traveled knoweth many things, and he that hath much experience will declare wisdom. Why? Because now you know how to maneuver in certain situations, man. You know how to understand certain circumstances. You know how to give wise counsel. And not only do you know how to give wise counsel, but you walk within wisdom, man. You walk within wise counsel, man. Constantly. Because you exercised it in your upbringing as a babe in this thing, which we all are babes, man. To be honest with you, we all are babes, man. We're rehearsing our righteous acts constantly, Some are more skilled than others, but we're all little children in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. It says, verse 10, he that hath no experience knoweth little, but he that hath traveled is full of prudence. So basically, man, when there's some things that you just don't understand, you don't take it upon yourself to teach these things to others. You actually go and you ask counsel, and you seek counsel, and you try to get an understanding from those who's been before you, man. And that's how it's supposed to be. A babe in this thing is supposed to wear out the doors of the wise man. Supposed to wear out the doors of the wise man. Because that's how you're gonna also grow as well, man. Scriptures tells you what to mark the perfect man. All right. And when you think about the perfect man, who is the perfect man? Yahweh Shai. And we have accounts of how Yahweh Shai handled things, man. And then what? Yahweh Shai has men who's been following him in this thing for years, for decades, starting off with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone all the way down, man. So we have men that we can look at that's walking perfectly in this thing, okay, according to the Spirit. All right. This is Proverbs 3 and 4. I'm gonna start at 5. It says, trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Because when you try to come out with things on your own, you could be wrong, man. You could be wrong. And it take for you to be around seasoned men in the spirit to gather that way of knowing how and when to, and you know what it is that you're growing into, man. So you, even if you may feel like you're right about something, you still don't lean to your own understanding. You still go and ask for proper counseling, man, to see what it is that you may or you may not know. And all of these things that the Lord has done is made us become humble again. So what? So we can be retaught. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab this right here, Matthew's 18:3, and it reads, and said, "Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven." And as little children, what? They're very curious, man. Little children, they don't know the difference between good and evil. So their senses hasn't been exercised yet. And it's up to the parents, which right now in the spirit, your spiritual parents or your shepherds, to give you the correct guidance and things, man, on how to handle situations, man, to be an example. You know what I'm saying? Because children, they look up to their parents, man. They look up to their parents for examples. All right? It says, verse 4, whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And that's the whole point, man. You got to humble yourself as a little child, man, to be able to be corrected, to be reproved. First off, a wise man knoweth that he knoweth nothing, man. So you should never not want to listen to wise counsel or wisdom. You know what I mean? You should never want to get to a point where can't nobody tell you anything, man, because that's not the right spirit to have, man. That's not the right spirit to have at all. And it don't matter who it is that's telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter who it is. It could be a little kid, literally a little kid telling you something, man. And it could be a woman. It could be, you can learn off of any and everything, like King Solomon, man. There's no, by no means should you not have your ears open to listen to wisdom, man. No matter where it comes from. The apostles, they got a saying, basically, we chew the meat and we spit out the bones. A lot of times you will see the apostles and other great men in Millstone reference certain Christian scholars and things like that, and pick through what it is that they're saying, but still giving you the correct doctrine of it, man. And that comes by skill. That comes by men of understanding. That comes from men that's been exercised in this thing, man. And while you're just coming into this thing, hell, your first under 12 years, really, your first, you still gotta be you still a child, man. You still gotta take your time and seek the sincere milk and allow the Lord to open up what He wants to give to you as far as the dark sayings, man. That meat. All right. This is James chapter 4. And I'm gonna start at 10. It says, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and He shall lift you up. And that's the whole point, man. When you just humble yourself before the Lord, man, and He's gonna lift you up in due time, man, in due season. Then you will be able to help those who was once like you. You know what I'm saying? That's really what this is, man. A lot of us have different walks, different experiences, worldly knowledge and whatever, man. And we're all supposed to come together as a collective and help each other in growing in each one of these aspects, you know. So basically that's all I really have, man. But it was on my chest to through the spirit to put that out there, man, because we're all still babes, especially if you're under 12 years in this thing. You still don't yeah, you can you're considered a scholar, especially in Great Millstone, but we still exercising, man. So don't be so hard on yourself for what it is you don't know right now, man. You know, yeah, the scriptures do tell us to seek the Lord 10 times more. All right, but what I'm saying is there's a process in this growing thing, man. And when you're surrounded around the right men, the right elders, they understand it, and they're gonna help you through the process, man. Because we all need help through the process, through the spirit and through our brethren, man. So take your time in this thing and allow the Lord to work His patience within you, man, and let your journey through this faith give you what you need to make it into the kingdom of heaven. And with that, I want to give all praise, glory, worship, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to the true and sincere Akim out there preaching and teaching His truth and truth sincerity. And you Akwas, man, you sisters as well. Shalom.